I need to change the drop links on my Renault Clio. It's a 2003 1.5 DCI. It's just been through an MOT and these were an advisory. They're a little bit perished, as you can see. This one I don't think was too bad, the other side was worse. I've already changed that one now. So I'm just going to show you how I've changed these. This is the new one I've got. That's the top end over there. And it's just secured at the bottom with a nut, which pushes up on the built-in washer on that one there, and this central area goes in between the anti-roll bar and the lower arm, just in that gap up there. And the lower area goes at the bottom there, and the top bushing remains with the cap of the bolt. The bolt, by the way, is a Torx head. Sorry, there's a bit too much light there, isn't there? There you go. So I'm just going to run through how I've changed these. So how to hold the top of the bolt with a T40. I normally don't like to turn the Torx bit for fear of rounding it, so I'd rather just hold that and use a ratchet to unscrew the bottom nut, which I believe is a 13. It is a 13. So there's the lower portion, the nut's just fallen off it there. Oops. There. It's a nylock nut. You should be given a new one with the new kit you buy. That's the lower bush. There's a little sort of raised section just there. That needs to face upwards, and the bottom part of the bush should have a sort of a washer built into it to clamp with. The other part of the bush is inside. That can just be tapped and wiggled out, the bolt, he says. We're using the bolt from the other side. Okay. So there's the top cap for the bolt. That must stay on the top side of the lower arm. And the only other part then is this central bush. I need a bigger pry bar. And there's the middle section. As you can see, it's a bit destroyed on mine, distorted and badly perished as well. Funnily enough, this hasn't actually been on the car that long, so maybe they just need regularly replacing on these. Time to fit the new one. And you might have noticed that the lower arm has changed, as if by magic. And to gain enough clearance with this, I've found one of the easiest ways is just to jack up the lower arm assembly, the hub assembly, so there, jacking it up is a bit more, gives a bit more access. Okay, that's a bit better. Just levering down that arm, the anti-roll bar, makes a bit of a difference. See if I can tap that through. There we go. So, the first problem that you'll probably encounter with this is when you push this through,
you think it's far enough, it won't be anywhere near far enough to get through the space of that rubber to be able to put the nut on the bottom. So the only way of doing it is a combination of jacking up the anti-roll bar like this, to try to compress that central bush like that, and then making sure that the bolt at the top is pushed down far enough, which at the moment it isn't, but it will be in just a moment. So then we'll see if we can fit this on now. And that's all you need there. You need just enough compression with the jack under this and pushing that down, so in that bush there, just to get a couple of threads on the bottom. Hopefully you can see that, there's just about one thread showing, but hopefully that's enough, with a bit of a wiggle, yeah, to get the nut on there. And then gently wind on that nut, and it is a 13, until you make sure that the threads are caught. There you go. So now we're fine. And I don't like to screw this up hugely so that this is all pushed outwards and contorted. So I just like to put the nut on until the nylock is gripped, which it has now there. And you can see it's starting to bulge out here, and it was already there. I don't want to keep tightening much further because it'll end up stressing the new rubber, and this one will just fail prematurely. And that is the new drop link installed for a Renault Clio. And you should find that it's, yeah, quite tight, no play in it at all. So that's a new drop link installed. It's actually really simple, and to be honest, these are some of the cheapest drop links I've seen. This was, I think, only about 10 to 15 to 20 pounds at most for a pair of these, and to be honest, not that hard to replace. Thanks for watching.